Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2 channel, and this is your match review of West Ham 0, Chelsea 3. Yes, Chelsea 3 goals at the London Stadium. We finally beat West Ham at their ground in what feels like a really good win, in terms of the performance, in terms of the goals, in terms of individual performances, in terms of the manager's performance. And yeah, just all around a good feeling today. You know, we don't normally win at West Ham Stadium. It was a real test, so it feels like this win is massive in terms of the growth and the development of this team. So yeah, goals courtesy of Nicholas Jackson, double brace, that sinks the hammers. Cole Palmer gets his goal as well. Good start to the season in terms of goals and assists for both of them. So long may it continue for them both. An overall solid Chelsea performance in which we were comfortable for the majority part of the game. And yeah, absolutely delighted with the result. I mean, yeah, it's just, it's happy. Today we are happy. Today, it's going to be vibes today. Today's going to be full of positives. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. If you're new to this channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's just get straight into this. So, Chelsea win 3-0. Enzo Maresca obviously revealed his lineup at the beginning, an hour before the game, of course. And he put out the exact team that I knew he would put out and the team that I wanted him to put out. It was Sanchez in goal, Cucurella, Colwill, Tosin, Wesley Fofana as your right back. You had Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, double pivot midfield, Cole Palmer in the 10, Noni on the right, Sancho on the left, Nicholas Jackson up front. I knew that was the exact team he was going to play, and I knew that was the exact team he needed to play. And let's just get straight into it. Nicholas Jackson. He done me proud, man. He done me proud, because everything I said about him yesterday in terms of why I thought he needed to start this game over Christopher Nkunku, he showed it today. The goals are only the bonus. The goals only show that he's going up. That's the only thing those goals show. But in terms of his overall game today, that is exactly what we needed from him today, and that is exactly what he brings to this team in games like this. In games like this against West Ham, yeah, you need a Nicholas Jackson. I said, this game is tailor-made for Nicholas Jackson. It's made for him in terms of his technical ability, his first touch. He's willing to link up with players. He's willing to run in behind, drop deep, run the channels, do the dirty work, fight off defenders if he has to, get into a little bit of a scrap, win fouls. This is why I wanted him to play over Christopher Nkunku yesterday, because with Nkunku, he's more of a, you know, give and go, one touch, two touch player, likes to be in the pockets a little bit, but he's not willing to, he doesn't do what you really need from a centre forward at times, which is do the dirty work, press like a machine, fight off defenders, you know, run in behind, run the channels, you know, be adaptable, cause all sorts of different issues, you know. And Jackson just, for me, outside the box, completes the whole package in terms of what you need from your centre forward if he's not going to score goals. And we saw it. We saw it in the first goal. You know, we saw it in his goal that he scored, but we also saw it in terms of what he brings to the team in general. West Ham are on the attack. We win the ball back. Ball gets put out to, gets given to Jackson. Jackson wins a foul. He wins a foul. He gets us up the pitch. That's one thing he likes to do. That's one thing he loves to do. With his dribbling, winning fouls, his first touch, etc. Right? Wins the foul. We take it quickly. Does a 1-2 with Sancho. Runs into the space. Why Alvarez was marking him today, no idea. I think that's absolutely shocking work from Julian Lopetegui and West Ham in general. Having Alvarez, who's as slow as a snail, literally mark Nicholas Jackson. So yeah, Jackson runs the channel. He drives with the ball. There's not really options in the box. He has the space to just drive and drive and drive. And he takes the shot, goes through the keeper's legs. 1-0 Chelsea, 3 minutes into the game. What a start. What a start. Saint Nicholas Jackson done Michael Jackson's celebration again. It's just a thriller. Hey, thriller night. You get me? Yeah. So, yeah, fair play to Nicholas Jackson in terms of that. And his overall game today, like I just said, in general, was absolutely brilliant. Fantastic work. You know, I love Jackson, man. Like, for me, this is a striker, yeah, and I'm going to talk about the second goal in a minute, but this is a striker that's on the right trajectory. He really is. The technical ability's always been there. But if he gets his finishing on point, if he improves on his goal scoring as the months and years go by, we are looking at a world-class striker here. World class. I promise you guys. That's not an overreaction. If you watch Nicholas Jackson, you know the potential he has is scary. Yeah? That's why when people say he's crap, he's not good, yeah, I get that his finishing can be really frustrating at times, like last week against Bournemouth, but come on. The overall package of the player, it's really hard not to like Nicholas Jackson. So, yeah, we go into the second goal, and this goal for me is there's a lot of things to point out in this goal in terms of Enzo Maresca, in terms of Nicholas Jackson, and the other players involved, right? Enzo Maresca, the system. Cucurella inverting into midfield as the fullback. That's one thing in Enzo Maresca's system that's going to be key a lot. The fullback inverting into midfield. And I told you guys in yesterday's preview, Cucurella will be the one to invert and help create an overload in midfield. Give us numbers. And with Cucurella inverting, it confused West Ham. They didn't really know what to do with that because they had Paqueta marking him. They had Rodriguez there as your number 6, kind of. They had Edson Alvarez on Nicholas Jackson. So then the problem was, if we had played our cards right, Enzo Fernandez or Caicedo, when they receive the ball, it's very likely they're in space. One of them at least. If not both of them at times. And you saw that. You literally saw that in the sequence of play. You've got Levi Coley. He fizzed the ball into Enzo Fernandez, who was getting pressed. And then Enzo gives the ball to Caicedo. Caicedo has got time and space to look up, pick out Jackson, through ball in behind. And what I love about that goal is the fact that Jackson, before he actually runs in behind, he drops in to bring in Edson Alvarez with him. Then he sees the space because he knows he's quicker than him and he's off. Caicedo sees that, plays in a lovely weighted pass in behind. Don't know where the two centre-backs are. They're all over the place. And Jackson's finish was absolutely brilliant. I mean, he runs onto it and he sort of toe poked it into the back of the net outside of the right boot. I thought it was a really, really good finish. And like I said, that shows he's improving. The development is on the right trajectory with Nicholas Jackson. You saw it in the finish. Last season, I'm not sure he finishes that. And in general, I'm very, very happy that Caicedo got the assist for that because at times, last week against Bournemouth, Caicedo tried to fizz that ball into Jackson. It just didn't work for the majority. For the most part, either because Caicedo's ball was poor or Jackson got onto the end of Caicedo's ball in behind, but he just wasn't clinical enough or he took too long or, stuff like that. Today, Jackson, a couple touches into the back of the net, done. Massive improvement on his game, and you saw it in his performance today. Look, he would have been my man of the match, but a certain man in midfield that I'm going to talk about later is 1000% the man of the match for me today anyway. So, yeah, we get the second goal. We're cruising at that point. We're 20 minutes into the game. 2-0 up. We're living life. We're like, am I dreaming? Are we dreaming here? What's going on? We're 2-0 up against West Ham. A bogey ground. A ground we don't do well at. A ground where we normally get absolutely cooked. Excuse me. So, yeah, 2-0 up. And for the next 15, 20 minutes, I mean, we went through a period where we were struggling a little bit. Ball losses were too cheap. Concentration levels at times wasn't there. But I felt like, once again, the maturity, the character development, the togetherness of the squad is growing and it's improving. And it showed in that sequence because despite the struggles, we didn't really give West Ham too many chances like that. We didn't really give them too many chances. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, despite the decent spell that they had, they didn't really take advantage of it. And for the most part, I actually thought we looked comfortable. So yeah, we go into half-time, 2-0. Overall, it's a good, solid performance from the team. The back line, I thought, brilliant from at least 3 of them, probably except for Fofana, who I thought was a bit shaky today. Robert Sanchez in goal, pretty good, solid display. Fantastic first half display from Moises Caicedo, as my Xbox is warning me that it's going to switch off soon. It is what it is. Enzo Fernandez was decent. Like I said, 3 of the back 4 I thought were really, really good. And the attack, Palmer was a bit quiet, but he's getting fouled a lot. And with Palmer, I think that's going to be a thing a lot this season where teams are going to treat him a bit like they did when we had Eden Hazard. Hazard was our best player. They would just kick the living shit out of him. Excuse my language. And yeah, I feel like the same is going to happen to Palmer because he's a quality player. So if that's going to happen, we need the other attackers that we have in this squad to step up. Thought Sancho didn't really get into the game, to be fair, and I thought Noni was kind of poor in the first half. But overall, good, solid team display. The principles and what Maresca wants out of his team, I thought was shown beautifully in that first half in terms of calming the game down, not making it chaotic, you know, and just following the instructions of what Maresca wants out of this team. And I feel like we definitely got that in the first half brilliantly. You know, cruise control, wasn't chaotic, wasn't crazy, like the Wolves game, for example. So yeah, I thought brilliant display from Chelsea in the first half. We go into the second half now, and the key thing about the second half was the fact that we just had to get the third goal. Or the next goal in general would be very important, because if West Ham get the next goal, they're back in the game, the crowd's a bit up again. And yeah, it's looking a bit peak. But if we get the third goal, dead, buried, see you later, 3 points in the bag, we go back to South London. You get me? And we got the third goal. It was due to a counter-attack. For some reason, West Ham, and quickly on West Ham, I mean, they just weren't in it today. They were poor. And I was really disappointed by them. I expected a tougher game. I expected a little bit more quality from them. You know, whether it was Kudus or Bowen, Paqueta, Somerville, or just in general, collectively, it just wasn't there today. You know, whether Lopetegui is the right man for them, boy, that's another debate for another day, boy, because it's not looking good, bruv. You sack David Moyes for this? I heard that for the first time in the club's history, they've lost their first 3 home games, West Ham. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good for Julian Lopetegui. He better turn it around very, very quickly. But in regards to the third goal, it was the counter-attack. Jackson drives with the ball. He's patient, picks out Palmer. Palmer, nice finish. Hits the post and goes into the back of the net. Cole Palmer once again. I mean, look, Cole Palmer wasn't even that good today. I don't even think he's at 100% because I've seen better from him in terms of performances. So once he gets back to the levels that we've seen of him performance-wise last season, bruv, it's only gonna get peak. It's only gonna get peak for the Premier League and defenses, you know, because even though Cole Palmer, in my opinion, in terms of the start to the season, I don't think Cole Palmer's had like a game where I'd say like he's been absolutely brilliant, but he's sitting on what, 2 goals, 5 assists, I'm pretty sure already, mate. That is what elite players do. And Cole Palmer is going to be an elite player. Cole Palmer is a world-class player. And that's what world-class players do. Even if they're going through phases where, performance-wise, they're not playing well, they'll still pop up with a goal, mate. Still get an assist. 3 assists in 1 game. Because he's cold. So, yeah, Cole Palmer gets the third goal. And Chelsea were just in cruise control at that point. We controlled the game for the most part. West Ham tried to bring on a couple of substitutions and stuff like that. We brought on João Felix, Pedro Neto, Christopher Nkunku. I mean, it's just absolute madness. I did want more goals because we did score the third one early on, but for the most part, cruise control, the Sassy came on. Yeah, and overall today, I thought the game management from Maresca was okay. I thought it was okay. I thought it was overall solid. Performance-wise, really good team performance. Cohesive, understanding. Players know what to do. Players fight for each other. And some really good sequences of play in that second half. You know, we took the piss out of them at times. Obviously, this week on Chelsea's social media, we've been seeing the rondos go around. One went viral of, I think it was Palmer and Nkunku and like Sancho just passing it to each other all in a triangle just until the number reached 20 and that was 15, sorry, and that was all the madness. And we saw that at times, even in this game. We saw like little rondos and triangles between Enzo, Neto, Felix, and Nkunku, these guys all linking up, and it was nice to watch, nice to see, taking the piss out of them. And yeah, fair play to the Chelsea, man. In terms of individual performances, look, for me, the man of the match today, Moises Caicedo. I want to talk about Moises Caicedo real quick. Wow. Games like that is why we paid the big bucks for him. He was flawless today. Absolutely flawless today. I thought he was the best player on the pitch for me today. Like, he brought everything you needed in a midfielder. Defensively, every tackle was perfect. Every tackle he attempted, he got the ball. The guy was winning the ball for fun. For fun. He was looking like N'Golo Kante out there at times. On the ball, he's linking up well. He's spraying passes. He's controlling the midfield. He's being that box-to-box when he needs to be. He's showing that security. He's protecting the back four. Today was a monster class from Caicedo. And I don't want people to forget it. Considering last season, he went to West Ham, second game of the season, right? He comes on. We just signed him for £150 million. He put in a generational stinker and he conceded a penalty and we lost 3-1 that day. Today, he said we're going to win 3-0 and I'm going to put in a masterclass of a performance today. What a performance from Moises Caicedo. Man of the match. 10 out of 10. Flawless, mate. Absolutely flawless. And I said in my preview yesterday, him and Enzo Fernandez, we need to see a game where both of you together show us consistently that you can perform at your peak, at your highest level. And that is what he did. Enzo Fernandez today, I thought Enzo Fernandez was okay today. You know, I don't think he was absolutely brilliant, but I don't think he was terrible. I don't think he was crap. At times, I was disappointed with some of his balls that he was trying to play in behind to Jadon Sancho. I'm thinking, Enzo, for your quality, your passing needs to be better. But other than that, I thought defensively he was fine. I thought he was pretty good defensively, no problem. He was positioned right. And yeah, he made those little one-touch, two-touch passes he was giving off as well. The link-up was nice as well. So yeah, overall it was a decent performance from Enzo Fernandez. But Moises Caicedo was the standout for me today. Absolutely fantastic performance. Big up to Tosin as well. I told you guys why he needed to come in today. And look at the performance he put in today. He just gives us, Tosin at the back, just gives us a calm presence. You know? He just gives us a calm presence. I feel like he just allows us to play our football. You know, I was liking the line-breaking passes he was attempting as well. That was really good to see from him as well. So, fair play. So, yeah, Tosin I thought was brilliant today. Cole, another great performance. Cucurella held his own against Kudus, I felt like, overall. Kudus is a top player, so, of course, he's going to get his way at times. But I thought Cucurella overall today was pretty good down that left-hand side and done his thing, man. And obviously that foul on Kudus, that was a yellow card. Proper Chelsea, mate. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Fofana, bit poor today. Should have conceded a penalty. How West Ham didn't get a penalty is bizarre to me. If they get that penalty, this game is potentially different. But for me, Fofana struggled just a little bit today. Needs to do better. I know he's not really a right back, but again, the things you're struggling with, it's not really because of your positioning. It's because of your decision making and what you decide to do defensively and what you're going through in your head in the moment. So I feel like Fofana just needs to do a little bit better there. Robert Sanchez in goal I thought was fantastic today. And I must say, Robert Sanchez today, I like this performance more than the one last week. Because last week it was chaotic. He had to save a penalty. Bournemouth had shots and he made good saves. But today was more of a case of West Ham didn't pose any real threat. So as a goalkeeper, when the opposition is not posing a real threat, it's hard to stay concentrated. And for me, the way he was collecting those crosses with so much ease, I thought his ball playing today was fantastic as well. Long passes, short passes, brilliant. I thought the fact that every time West Ham tried to go in behind and we had a high line, he was in the right position to come in and take the ball and win it back for us. So I thought Robert Sanchez today, brilliant in goal today. Absolutely fantastic. Noni Madueke was not good today. Not good today. He's running on thin ice at the moment. That hat-trick is long gone now. We've moved on from that moment. He's got to do better because Pedro Neto's there on the right-hand side. He's there. Jadon Sancho didn't really get into the game, but, you know, he just joined the club. It was his first full start as well. So, just give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure as time goes on, he will get better and better and better. And plus, the competition for him is probably Neto down the left-hand side. And Neto on the left-hand side is not as good as he is on the right-hand side. But in games like this, Neto, I didn't mind him coming on the left because West Ham were leaving space in behind, and I felt like maybe on the counter-attack with Neto's pace, we could definitely take advantage of that. And we tried to at times. It didn't come off to any goals. We had some chances, you know. João Felix could have scored, and Nkunku could have scored as well. So it could have been more goals. So the subs did their thing. I thought Felix had a good cameo when he came on, much better than last week against Bournemouth. He could have scored 2 goals. I think he should have scored 1 at least. Nkunku definitely should have scored when he came in, but other than that, decent cameo from him. Jude Buell came in, got some minutes. Overall, solid play from Chelsea. Sassi came on, done his thing. dealt with the height and the set pieces, because that's why we brought him on for, because Mikel Antonio had come on, so Souček had come on, so there was more height in the West Ham team, and I thought Disasi came on, dealt with that well, and he had Kudus down the other side, because obviously he went to the left-hand side when West Ham made those substitutions, and I thought Disasi done well. So overall, good performance from Chelsea, loads of great individual performances, lots to be encouraged about, lots to be positive about, and yeah, we move. Next game is on Tuesday in the Carabao Cup against, I forgot, is it Barrow? I'm pretty sure it's Barrow, but I might be wrong. And then next week, our next Premier League game it's at home, but I forgot who it is too. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. This is my third attempt at making this video because it's just been chaos for the last hour or so, ever since the game ended and to me making this video. So yeah, take care, guys, have a good one, and yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Peace.